We grow up with a very clean moral equation. Study hard, secure a good job, stay sincere, and financial stability will naturally follow. You execute that formula perfectly. You become the reliable one in the office. You send the email replies at 10 p.m., you handle the complex slide decks, and you absorb the sudden revisions without complaint. Then you reach the end of a successful quarter and notice the paradox of corporate success. The reward for extreme efficiency is rarely a massive leap in personal wealth. The reward is simply a higher volume of responsibility. The corporate ecosystem praises your dependability. They frame commendation letters and announce your value in all-hands meetings. But those mechanisms exist to extract another year of steady, linear effort. They do not exist to build your financial freedom. Every time you earn a standard promotion, a quiet set of deductions eats the progress. Your tax bracket steps up, inflation dilutes your purchasing power. And the social expectations attached to your new title demand a slightly more expensive lifestyle. This chart projects that reality forward 10 years. One line for your effort climbs steeply. Beneath it, a flat wealth line plateaus early, ignoring your late nights. Doubling your hours against a fixed compensation ceiling mathematically guarantees exhaustion, not wealth. To see why effort alone fails the math test, step outside the corporate office and look at the daily economic engine of any major city. You see delivery riders aggressively weaving through heavy traffic to hit tight windows. You see street vendors setting up carts before dawn. You see construction crews working through the afternoon heat. These millions of people exert massive physical and temporal energy every single day. Yet that extreme daily exhaustion almost never translates into generational wealth. If hard work alone built wealth, the people doing double-shift manual labor would be billionaires. Because maximum effort is universally present, while wealth remains exceedingly rare, hard work cannot be the deciding variable. We inherited our respect for hard work from our parents. They built safe, stable lives by making relentless sacrifices inside strict traditional employment structures. Imagine a father spending 3 months staying at the office past 10 p.m. to solve a critical company crisis. He solves the problem. At the end of the year, he receives a framed letter of commendation and the exact same standard increment as everyone else in his grade. Traditional employment is structured to compensate you for your baseline time. It will gladly absorb massive spikes in extreme effort, but it is not built to scale your financial reward to match them. Linear effort resets every morning. You execute a task, get paid, but the moment you stop, output dies. Compare that to leveraged effort. The system leaves behind a solid ratchet mechanism, creating assets with independent lifespans. You stop pushing, and the position permanently holds. The dividing line between the middle-class trap and true wealth is not how many hours you work. It is strictly determined by whether your effort has an expiration date. Look at professionals who escape this cycle. They transition out of the demanding corporate grind and move into selective consulting, holding equity in small ventures, or designing products that sell themselves. They are not working less. They are aggressively restricting their energy to areas where their output compounds. They only build things that keep paying them after the initial work is done. Optimizing your career requires saying no to tasks that disappear at 5 p.m. It means strictly protecting the long-term lifespan and ownership of your output. This does not mean a standard job is useless. Linear employment pays your rent today. It gives your month rhythm, covers the immediate bills, and constructs a completely necessary baseline for survival. You have to treat your time the way investors treat a portfolio. You use the linear job to feed the present. Then you deliberately direct your surplus energy, your evenings, your weekends, into building leveraged assets that will feed your future. Our parents worked linear jobs so we could have a stable foundation. Honoring their sacrifice does not mean repeating their exact same struggles. It means using the stability they gave us to finally leap into ownership. The old family equation asks you to measure life by an exhausting question: am I working hard enough? It is time to abandon that metric. Financial freedom begins the exact moment you demand your work continue earning, long after you have left the room.